What's going on, friends, family? This is My Thoughts Uncut. I'm your host, Terrence Manning, and we're going to talk about Don Lemon. He recently went to Chicago. He hit the streets, talked to people. He did an interview outside with the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson. Then he also started talking to people that were in the streets. But then he got pushback from one particular female, one particular lady from Mexico. She's from Mexico, but I think she lives somewhere in the Midwest now. But let's take a look at what happened, what transpired. He got some pushback that he wasn't expecting.
That we're not doing a thing on people who are for the mayor. He's a mayor of the city, and we just want to know what's happening with immigration. Okay, so
No, I'm not really, but I'm just saying, we're from Kansas City,
Kansas
okay,
City,
but originally from
Midwest.
Mexico. So I kind of know what's going on.
okay, but you don't live in Chicago.
No, we don't live in Chicago.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you. It's nice to meet
But
you.
we are for immigration, though. I mean, they have to do it legally, and they have to.
You notice he said, well, thank you, thank you. I think he sensed that she was for the illegal immigrants to be removed, and she was for what Trump is doing in Chicago and in the U.S. in totality.
Do it the right way. Mexico right now is doing mass deportations on all the people that stayed illegally,
Right.
because that's how you manage a country. And it's not about hating people. Myself as an immigrant, it's just about doing things the right way.
He got someone that did it the legal way. He got someone that's an immigrant. I'm telling you, people who come here legally the right way, they don't like this cutting in line crap that these illegal immigrants are doing.
You know,
I understand that, but we don't like people being roughed up. America doesn't do that. America's about due process. And if you're going to come to this country, of course you need to do it legally, you need to follow the things. But in America, if you're going to go and pick someone up, you have to have due process. You've got to have a warrant. You got to show them that there is.
That's not necessarily true. You don't have to have a warrant for certain situations when ICE is they only need probable cause. When they're out in public, that's what they need, probable cause to get someone and detain them and send them back if they are in fact proven to be illegally here. Now, U.S. citizens, we have to have probable cause along with a warrant if you're trying to enter someone's home. But he just says things that are not even true, and it doesn't apply to the same laws that apply to us U.S. citizens don't apply to illegal immigrants.
A reason to do it. There is, you know what I'm saying? And so maybe in Mexico that's different, but we don't beat our people up here. We're not supposed to.
Mexico's in North America, so North America is a continent.
Did he just imply that Mexico's police and Mexican government beat their people up? Did he just imply that?
So you do have to do things the right way, and anywhere.
But Mexico doesn't go by the same rules that we do. We're the biggest democracy in the country, in the world, and we believe that we treat people humanely here.
No, I get that, and the thing is that when you come from a country that is not the U.S., you really see the blessing coming to a country that has freedom, a country that
I
gives.
completely agree with you, but you also see the way that you should not treat people. And I don't think people are protesting out here because they're upset that they believe that people should just come over illegally. I think they're upset because of the way that they are doing it and that they are not going through the people. If you want to come to Chicago and you want to bring in the National Guard, you have to talk to the local officials and get their approval. That's how it works here. And you cannot just pick someone up and say, I'm going to grab you, whether they are undocumented.
Again, he has no idea what he's talking about. ICE can go to someone in a public setting if they have probable cause. Yes, probable cause that makes them believe that this person is here unlawfully. That's how it works. Now, private residence or like home or private business or what else? Generally they need, well, no, they need a warrant. Now, if an occupant in that home says, yeah, you can come in, then yeah, you can come in. But again, Don Lemon doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just saying the same thing over and over again. And he's getting pushback from this lady, and he doesn't like it.
Or not,
Totally.
or documented or not.
Others the way that you want to be
Yes.
treated correctly.
Right. So I think that's why people are protesting.
Yeah, and I agree with that. That's good, and that applies anywhere. It doesn't matter what country. That applies everywhere.
I agree.
You want to be treated the way that you want to treat others.
Right. But if you come, you want to do it the proper way. If you want to come.
Exactly,
Right. I
exactly.
understand that.
And that's anywhere. So I think that also people need to understand that, because a lot of them have signs that said, no human is illegal.
Yeah.
But once you enter the wrong way, doing it the proper way, you're breaking the law. And I think that we need to see both sides
That's
of
not a
it.
criminal act. And the president is a criminal, and he's in the highest office in the land. Coming over and being undocumented is not a criminal.
He, again, coming into the U.S. without the U.S. authorization, meaning they didn't come through the airport and go through customs, or the land border and go through customs, or through boat, or through via boat, which is very rare. Yes, it is a federal crime. That's a federal crime. On top of that, ICE has the authority. If you are here unlawfully, unauthorized, they have the right, and it's law, federal law, that they can send you back to your country.
Act. It does not deserve someone to be pushed to the ground and handcuffed. It's not. And so if you live, let me just tell you, I just said to be honest with you. If you come from a place like Mexico or whatever, you're from Mexico?
Yes.
If you come from a place like Mexico, you're right. We have amazing opportunities in this country. And the reason we have those is because we have a constitution where we treat people humanely, and we believe in immigration and people coming over. Not everybody comes over and they're going to do it the same way. Sometimes people come over under desperate situations and they need to get out, and we have to understand that. But the reason that we have all
If people need to come over in desperate situations, there's also a way to do that legally. You cannot just enter illegally and think it's okay to skip the lines from people who have been waiting to come to this great country the right way. Can you go into someone's house and then claim, oh, I live here now? No, it's the same thing. The United States is a house. You come with permission. My home, you come with permission. The door locks are there for my safety, my family's safety, and any other homeowner or someone that lives in their apartment. The U.S. is the same way. The border is our door. Our security guards are Customs and ICE, Border Patrol. That is how it works.
these things and that you love America is because people have due process. It's because we don't treat people inhumanely. It's because we don't beat people up. It's because we don't throw people in detention centers in horrible conditions. That's why you love America. If we did that, then we would be the same as the places people are coming from, looking for more freedoms and more opportunities.
I also see a dark side of it, though, because now you see cities like California, Chicago.
You mean Los Angeles? Or states like California.
Yes, exactly. States like California, with cities like Los Angeles and other parts of California, Chicago, and then you see Portland, and then you see all these other places where people are just breaking the law constantly, and they're just getting a slap on the wrist and send their way.
So
and
where's it? Portland. There's no emergency. There's no crime. In all of these cities that you're talking about, crime is down.
Okay, when you see
always have.
What are you talking about? There's no crime in Portland. Why is everything crime is down? What crime is down? Where? They falsify the facts to these people get arrested for actual felonies, and they actually annotate it as something of a lesser crime. So it juices the stats to make it look like crime is down. Crime isn't down. I mean, it's killing me.
Issues with crime in big cities.
When you see those videos on TV of people just going in stores and stealing merchandise and just running out with
That shouldn't happen, but what does that have to do with immigration?
What I'm saying is that it has to do a lot with immigration, because you are saying that crossing illegally is not a crime. They're not breaking the law. That's my thing. If you
not a crime.
Go to Japan and try to do it illegally, and I guarantee you,
We don't live in Japan. That's the thing.
Okay, but
What is he saying? What is he not comprehending what she's saying? The example she's giving. She said, "Go to Japan illegally, see what happens." His response is, "But we don't live in Japan." What? I gotta rewind this for you guys.
and try to crime. They're not breaking the law. That's my thing. If you
not a crime.
Go to Japan and try to do it illegally, and I guarantee you,
We don't live in Japan. That's the thing.
Okay, but
You want to live?
That's the whole point, Don. That's the whole point. Yes, you don't live in Japan. That's why she said try to go there illegally. That's the same. You go to any other country illegally, oh my gosh, you think we're harsh? You think what happens to people here that's been caught is harsh? Try to go to another country illegally. Go ahead, I dare you. Don is killing me.
Under Japanese rule, that
No.
you're making my point. You don't want to live under a dictatorship.
What I'm trying to tell you is that
What?
America is heading that way because
What?
we're only giving slaps on the wrist instead of enforcing the law. So when
There
one
are
little
things that we need to work with, but we cannot brutalize people and not give them due process. Do we need to work on people who don't serve enough time in jail and other things? Absolutely. But that is not the same as immigration. And that, look, I think people should come here the right way. But also, I'm not in a dire situation where I'm going
Then what are you arguing about?
to judge how someone comes in the country when they are in fear of their lives or they have no opportunities. I'm not going to judge how they...
told me the president is a criminal, so that's judging.
No, I'm not judging. That's fact. How's that judging?
Okay, crossing the border illegally is not a crime?
No, it's not a criminal act. It's a
Okay.
misdemeanor.
So why are they being sent back and saying that they're breaking the law?
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually,
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point.
What is Don talking about? What this guy, man. What is he just said in this dialogue, this conversation that they're having, that coming in illegally is not a crime. The whole wording, the verbiage, illegal equals a crime. What? And then he says, "Oh, I don't know if it's a crime." What do you mean? Then he says, "Doing it the right way." Okay, if doing it the right way is having the proper documents, going through the proper procedures, but then doing it the wrong way, which means illegal, how is that not a crime? What? Oh God, I don't even know what he's saying. Now he got me all messed up.
Process. You're still innocent until proven guilty.
criminal, so that's judging.
No, I'm not judging. That's fact. How's that judging?
Okay, crossing the border illegally
Right,
is
that
not
too
a
has me
crime?
No, it's
frustrated.
not a criminal act. It's a
Okay.
misdemeanor.
So why are they being sent back and saying that they're breaking the law?
That's the point.
Okay, as somebody that actually,
We don't know if they're breaking the law because they won't tell. There's no due process. Where's the evidence? That's the whole point. And if they are breaking the law, most people will say, okay, then they need to go if they're criminals. But if they're not, why are they being rounded up and sent out? Especially when he promised to deport the criminals. And now he's not doing that.
Yeah, I don't think we're going.
Misdemeanor is not a crime. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
So misdemeanor is not
It's
a
not
crime.
a criminal act. No, if you get charged with a misdemeanor, that's not a
So
criminal
why
act.
get charged at all then? If it's not a criminal act,
Because we have different levels of crime. Everything is not the same.
so it is crime.
No,
It's just
we
a
have,
different
we have
level.
different.
Thank you. Different levels of crime. And he doesn't even know what he's saying. He used to work on CNN. Like, watching these people, you tend to think that they're smart because they're on TV, but I can see why he doesn't have a job there anymore. Now, on top of that, his critical thinking skills is horrible.
Levels of, I shouldn't say crime, but it's not a crime. You're not breaking the law. I mean, you are breaking the law, but it's not a criminal act.
So it's breaking the law.
No,
The law, but it's
you're
just
not
a
breaking the law.
different level
Misdemeanor
of
is not
crime.
breaking the law.
No.
If you're speeding, drinking, get pulled over, DUI.
That's not a criminal act. Well, no,
It's a
if you're
misdemeanor.
speeding is a misdemeanor.
It's a
Right.
misdemeanor. So it's still breaking the law.
Okay. Well, if you want to qualify that, we're doing semantics.
Because
But
why
what
would
I'm
you
saying,
get pulled
but
over?
what I'm trying to tell you is
it's against the law to come in illegally. What is he saying? He doesn't even know what he's saying.
Everything is not the same. It's all not one thing.
But is it the law?
What is it? The law that what?
Is it a law to come
Is
over
there a
legally?
law?
Is there a law?
There are rules that processes that you should follow. Yeah, so you're breaking rules. You're breaking the rules, but you're not necessarily breaking a law.
So
What?
how do you break the rules?
Then you suffer the consequences. But the consequences should
Thank
not.
you.
Look, no one is saying no one should suffer the consequences. You guys are getting.
He's tongue tied. He doesn't even know what he's saying. If you break, it's just like when we were kids. Your parents tell you to do something, you don't do it. You technically broke the rules, and there's consequences to rules. Just like breaking the law, there's consequences to laws. Just like with us U.S. citizens, we break the rule. Depending on the rule/law that we broke, we suffer the consequences based on the law we broke.
Things mixed up, okay? What we're saying is that you should not be brutalized or beaten up or treated inhumanely for
No one's
even
getting
if a
brutalized
criminal
and beaten
act
up.
in America.
Just for any law.
For any law, whether it is the highest in the land, you still have due process. You're still innocent until proven guilty. Right.
No, we agree with all that.
But what's happening now is guilty until no proven. It doesn't matter. You're just guilty.
It's on both sides.
It's making
It's like
sense. He's not making no
if you're
sense.
going after someone that's breaking the law, right? So speeding or whatever, and they're lawfully pulling over and obeying your command, right? Then there's no issue. Are they going after people that are like calm and gentle?
Yes.
They are?
Yeah, it's not even.
They're not
it's
resisting
No,
at all?
these people are. You just grab people and say, "Get on the ground and get in the car," and then someone will say, "Well, for
They
what?"
don't have warrants at all?
For no,
It's what people saying, yeah.
They don't have
no,
warrants at all?
no warrants.
No, when it comes
Are you watching? Are you paying attention?
No, I don't
let me just
watch
make
it.
I
that
don't
up.
believe the news.
No,
I can't watch the news because you don't know who's
Well, I'm with you on that, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
just saying,
you're
I
not
don't know who
seeing.
knows.
No,
I'm
you
just
got to
listening.
know. I love that you're talking to me and challenging me, but you have
I'm
to
not trying
know.
to challenge you. I'm just trying to understand because you're saying misdemeanor and different levels of law. Just break it down to the most simplistic, right?
There are different levels of breaking the rules and what
Breaking the
crime
rules.
means.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I-
But there's,
I
when you
think
break
that
the
when it
rules
comes
and break
down,
the laws, there's always
it's
a
like crime
penalty.
is crime. There can be different levels. And when I use Japan as an example, it's not because I'm just saying, coming from a country myself that is corrupted, that you see crime here is nothing compared to what you see over there. People hanging from bridges by the necks, some even with no head. Crime is the worst that you can see. Go to Mexico, and I don't mean Cancun. Go to Mexico, Central Mexico, the real Mexico. There's crime at the worst. So what I'm saying is it starts little, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, till it gets to the point where you can no longer live in a.
And that's the point, people. You let the small things go, then people are start racking up more and more crimes until they level up to the most heinous crimes. That's how it works. You give them an inch, they take them out. That's just how the nature of people are. So you got to crack down on illegal immigration. And Don Lemon, he was just everywhere at that. He had no idea what he was talking about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe for this YouTube algorithm for me, for your boy. You guys take care. I'll see you next time.